if you're at the frontier, you should never be alone. Because, you know, if you're in New Guinea alone, that's bad. You just disappear. Okay, so you should have someone with you. So if you slip or, you know, they pick you up. So I was constantly being picked up by Crick. So it was just luck when I didn't go to Cambridge knowing that Crick existed. But it was the fact that, so, you know, Jacob and Monod, and then it became Watson and Crick. But so it really pays to, when you're, say, certainly under 30 or 35, to try and have someone who's your equal working with you. Now, another really, it turned out very important, is never be the brightest person in a room. And one way to ensure never being the brightest person in a room is be at a very good institution. So Cambridge University in the early 50s in biology was certainly the best place in part of chemistry in the world. It was better than Caltech. It really had more people, and so Francis Crick could actually get help there. And then what it turned out, if we hadn't been there, because Crick or I, neither were chemists, and we were trying to solve a chemical problem. So we had to be in a place where there was chemical help. Actually, we got it from another American who was visiting there, who said that the hydrogen atoms in thymine and guanine were not eno but keto. So the hydrogens were in a different place than we thought. So that was, if we had tried to, now in London, Wilkins and the people, they weren't surrounded by chemists. Okay. So then another rule when you're there is stay in close contact with your competitors. Instead of just trying to avoid them, you go near them. Because the first place, if you don't try and be friends with your competitors, you have no one to talk to. Because, so I went to London and wanted to talk. So I went to London, but London never came to Cambridge. It's quite interesting. So if Rosalind Franklin had come to Cambridge, because she came once and then said what we were doing is stupid, and she was right. But she then went to Oxford and didn't learn what she should have learned by going. She thought she could get help in Oxford, and they said, you don't know crystallography. And so she was annoyed. So she never learned what we call the meaning of the space group. If she'd come to Cambridge just 1 hour with Crick, he would have told her, because she knew the space group, what it meant. He would have told her there were two chains running in opposite direction. Now, we didn't know that fact. But Rosalind knew it, and if she came, she would have, if she had revealed this fact, then Francis would have told her what it meant, and everyone, she would be dead but famous. She died of ovarian cancer, and finding the DNA structure would not have helped her. So she would have died before she could have got the Nobel Prize, and we wouldn't have got it because we wouldn't have found it. So, and if I hadn't gone to London carrying the Pauling manuscript, and then Rosalind said it wasn't a helix, Wilkins wouldn't have showed me the famous crossed X-ray photograph. So that's why you go to meetings and talk to people who are working on the same problem. If you're afraid of giving, helping them, they won't help you. And since it's a human nature to really almost say what you're doing, When you get to know that with your competitors, you begin to actually say what you know and don't know. And then your competitors are actually not bad people, they're just trying to beat you. But, you know,